I'm Nosisi Mpolweni. I was born here in Cape Town, and I grew up in Eastern Cape in Stataraim, that is in the Eastern Cape, with my great-grandparents.
I am Thokozile Mabeqa. I was born in Alice in the Eastern Cape, in the village called Esizeni.
The work that I've been translating is a work of Samuel Edward Mqhayi, a most revered Xhosa poet who was called also the poet of the nation. The book that I translated is called UDon Jadu. The book is an imaginary journey from the previous period of colonialism and apartheid towards the democratic South Africa.
This book was read in schools, it was a prescribed book in the schools towards the 70s, but it was banned. Seemingly the apartheid authority perhaps used another member of the Xhosa society, to inform them what was contained in this book, because they could not read as a Xhosa, and then the book was banned. After some time, it came back, but when it came back, it was rewritten now. It was manipulated. The information was not exactly as it was before. But fortunately, there are some people who had the original, that is the original of this book, UDon Jadu.
He's sort of educating us along the way, because he's showing certain instances which we relate to, where, for instance, you will find there are ostriches that are fighting along the way while he's passing by, but when they see him, they stop their fight and they charge on him. They charge straight to him. So in a way, it's showing us, although we do have differences, but when we see that there is a common enemy that we have to take note of, we should forget about our differences and then look forward and see how we can work together out those problems so that we can move together.
For instance, we see what is happening now. Definitely we did get the democratic South Africa, but at the same time, there are still, some problems that need to be solved. And that is why Mqhayi is warning people that people work together.
He is using archaic language. He is using the deep Xhosa, traditional Xhosa that was used in the past by the Xhosa people who were very proud of themselves. But because along the way our Xhosa started to be, diluted by many influences, because some of the Xhosa today has other languages within the Xhosa. But now, if you are not used to that language that Mqhayi was using before, you sometimes get confused along the way.
So there was a lot of Xhosa words, of Xhosa terms, which we found it difficult to translate. And when you translate them in English, they would lose, that sense, that valuable sense. So we opted to keep the word and then give an explanation of the word. Like, for instance, izigodlo, amaqilongo, trumpets, because although they are trumpets, but they are not made the same way as the modern trumpets. They were made in the original manner.